So now let's start with Google Ads. Number of customers through Google Ads is how much? Number of customers every month you need is 1,000. How many of that through Google Ads? 35%. So you write a formula saying in January you need 35%, click on A6, multiply that by 1,000. So 35% of 1,000 customers you need from Google Ads. That's 350. And that is going to stay a constant every month because it says 1,000 customers per month. Obviously in real life it's not so simple. You might have increasing targets every month, but for the sake of understanding the template, we'll just say they're all equal. So to make the same number, I just say equal to, point to the previous cell, and then I just drag the formula. So number of customers you want to Google Ads is 350 every month. All right. So keep in mind that for most marketing processes, typically, 3 steps in the process. What are the 3 steps? Customer sees the ad. All right. Customer comes to the website, and then customer buys. Those are typically 3 stages in any marketing channel. So we need to translate. So essentially this customer buys is the same as this step. 350 people have to buy. What is the next step? Is that how many people come to the website. Now typically with online websites, what happens is that about somewhere between 1 to 5% of people who come to the website buy something. It changes depending on the company and the category and how old the company has been. But for the sake of this, let's assume that 2%, but a percentage, let's assume that 2% of everybody who comes to the site buys something. Okay, that is, of every 100 people who come to your site, 2% buy something. That 2%, that number is typically called on-site conversion, 2%, and that's a constant. So I'm going to equal to that and draw it across. Now, if 2% have to buy something, how many people have to come to your website? Number of let's just call this number of people, number of visitors. Let's just say number of visitors. Okay, so if 350 people buy, it's 2% of what? So 350 divided by 2% is 17,500. That means 17,500 people have to come to your website in January, so that 2% of those, which is 350, ultimately buy from you. All right. So that's the number of visitors you need, and that concludes this whole math for Google Ads. Except that now obviously you have to pay. Every time you click on Google Ads, Google charges you 5 rupees, 50 rupees, sometimes 100 rupees. And that is typically called clicks, how much you pay per click. So let's just say cost per click is 10 rupees, okay? And that's just going to say it's a constant, but it typically may not be a constant. Over a period of time, that money will go up and then will come down. How much you pay for ads go up because there'll be competitors who are bidding on the same keyword, so it becomes more expensive. But again, for the purpose of this, let's assume that it's 10%, 10 rupees every month. Okay, so if it is, so I'm going to add a few rows. Oops, just going to add a few rows right there. Okay, cost per click. All right. Now, total Google spend, how much you spend on Google, is 10 rupees per click multiplied by how many clicks? How many clicks is the same as the number of people, the number of visitors to your website, 17,500. 1.7 lakhs is how much you spend on Google AdWords every month. Okay, and I'm going to have to copy this formula over as well, and this Google ad spend as well. just so that all these numbers don't look the same, I'm going to increase the cost per click every 2 months, right? I'm going to say 10. I'm going to say it's going to go up by 10%. My cost per click, I'm just going to say it's going to go by 20% every 2 months. Okay, you see the formula out there. I'm choosing the 10, multiplying it by 1 plus 0.2, so you should ideally get 12 there. Okay, now I'm going to copy that formula, paste it here again, close the decimals, copy this formula, paste it here, copy this, paste it here, copy this formula, paste it here. All right. Oops. All right, there you go. So you see how you go from paying 10 rupees a click all the way to paying 25 rupees a click, and that's not very unlikely when it comes to Google. Okay, and proportionally you see the amount of money you're spending on Google AdWords goes from 1.7 lakhs in January all the way to 4.3 lakhs in December, and it looks like you might actually blow through your 5 lakh budget there, but we'll come back to that. We will deal with that later. That's your total Google spend. Then the all important metric in a marketing plan, which is customer acquisition cost. How much did it cost you to acquire each customer? This is how much you spent to acquire all your customers. Divide that number by the number of customers, and it's 500. So your customer acquisition cost in January is 500. Drag the formula from 500. You see your customer acquisition cost goes all the way to 1,255. Okay, and this is not very, very unlikely at all. That's your customer acquisition cost. All right. Now, Facebook ads. We're going to do something very similar for Facebook ads. Just going to align this on the right side so it looks a little more easier to read. Okay. Obviously, cost disappear. Let's bring it back. All right. To site, so that's clear to you as well. Okay. Facebook ads, similarly, the first thing you start with is number of customers, and just like you saw in Google, the number of customers in Facebook is 35% of this 1,000 is your number of customers. I'm gonna say an equal to that and draw the formula across. The next step is on-site conversion. What percentage of people who come to your website actually buy the whole products? I'm going to say for Facebook, on-site conversion is 1.5%. I'm going to make that equal, and I'm going to draw it across. On-site conversion. All right. Then, so obviously the third step there is, if that's your on-site conversion, what is your number of visitors? Is 350 divided by 1.5%, which is 23,333. You see how that number is higher than the 17,500 number you are spending. It's higher than the number of people who have to come to your website to buy. You scale that across, all right? And the reason the number of people from Facebook have to be higher than Google to achieve the same number of customers is because Facebook has a lower conversion rate when you compare it to Google, and that is why this is happening. I'm going to take this right up, so we have space. Let's assume cost per click for Facebook is, see, you can actually obviously type things here, but a really fast way to do something is just copy this whole row, because you see this row already has these formulas built in, so you don't want to build the formulas again. Select, copy, and paste. And let's change that cost per click on Facebook is actually 7 rupees starting off, and it typically is. I'm going to hide these decimals. Okay. Now, total Facebook spend, total amount of money you're spending on Facebook ads, is the cost per click multiplied by the number of visitors, because every time a visitor clicks something you pay 7 rupees. And then I'm going to drag this across. And then finally, customer acquisition cost on Facebook is the total amount you spend on Facebook divided by the number of customers. All right. I'm going to draw this across. And obviously you notice how, according to this marketing plan, your customer acquisition cost in Facebook, that is here, seems to be lower than the customer acquisition cost for Google. So what you would typically do is, once you start getting this data, you would actually focus and try to spend more money on your Facebook ads as compared to your Google ads, because this is giving you a better ROI. Okay, that's the whole purpose of a marketing plan. We have that, and let's quickly get some metrics here. We're gonna say number of customers through online channel is equal to that 350 plus this 350, 700 people. You're going to say, what is the online customer acquisition cost? Average customer acquisition cost online is nothing but the total amount of money you have spent online divided by the total number of customers online. So 483 rupees you're spending to get each customer through your online marketing channels. Click that, expand that formula, and obviously you notice how this 4,800 grows all the way to 1,200 over a period of a year. And obviously you know why that happens, because cost per click is going up. All right, that's it for this session. We will take this one step forward in the next session. Thank you.